Hi there, Dr. Vicki Limper here with the Shift Happens channel. How to detach from 3D circumstances and allow your manifestations to flow. This is what we're going to get after today. And it's a great topic because I think we all have that attachment. We have an attachment to our desires. And it's how do you, because we know, we've been taught this, to let it go and allow our manifestations, our desires to manifest, right? But we have emotional attachments to our desires because we have desires, right? And then we think that we're not worthy of having those. How do we detach? How do we emotionally detach from having our desires? So we're going to get into that. But before we do, go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment on how you have detached, or maybe how you are still on the journey of detaching. So let's get into this. And you want to stay to the end because I'm going to give you a really cool meditation that's really simple to do. And it's just a quick little scene that really will help you to kind of emotionally detach from our desires. Now, when I say detach from our desires, that doesn't mean give up on your desires or just stop trying to find it in all of this. That's not what I'm saying at all. When you detach, when you have an emotional desire or an emotional attachment to something, it often comes with negativity because we want to attach, and that means we want to control, right? And when you give 3D circumstances, and that's essentially what we're doing, because we're judging those 3D circumstances. Oh, my SP didn't call, or they didn't talk to me, or they didn't say what I wanted them to hear, or they are ghosting me, or whatever. Something happened, or you're looking at your bank account and you're like, man, it's just not coming in. Where's the money, right? We're always looking for that validation, for that, okay, it's working. Oh, no, it's not working. Oh, they didn't say this. It's always how we perceive that 3D circumstance. But how do we stay emotionally stable in the midst of all that chaotic 3D? Because the chaos really comes from within. We can see some crazy things out there because we're making it up in our head. So often we look to the 3D for evidence, working or not working. We need to be able to detach from that. How do we get to that? Well, so often the three big areas are money, love, and health. Those are the three things that we always really want to get, right? And so we have a desire and we look to the 3D. But our power, we often think in having that bank account, in having that specific person, or having that perfect health will make us happy. It can give us enjoyment for the experience. We're here to experience life to the fullest. And Source will always say yes. Yes to anything that you say in your head. Always remember, your thoughts, your words, and your emotions always create your destiny. And so whatever you tell yourself, Source says, well, yes, you'll have more, right? And so when we look at our desires, yes, you want that car, that house, that SP, because we think it's going to make us feel better. And it does give us joy. It gives us enjoyment, but it's not long and sustaining. I wanted a car. I got the car, and it's great. And I still say, gosh, this is such a nice ride. Sometimes I get well, that would be kind of fun over there too, right? Which is not a bad thing. But the thing is that our love and enjoyment and our freedom does not come from the things. You know where it comes from. Everything begins and ends with you. It begins and ends with you in your heart and in your mind. Okay? So when you get fulfillment, we think fulfillment is that house. Fulfillment is here. When you accept and allow yourself to feel fulfilled, easy for me to say, within yourself, everything comes to you. Now, I get you. I see you. I know what it's like because I have been in that I got to do all the ABCs and do all my checklists and I got to do it right. And oh, it's not here. So I must be doing something wrong. Let's go find another process. And let me tell you, I still do the processes because they're fun. Before, when I had that emotional attachment to everything, I did it because I was like, desperate, because I need it. I need it. When you get to a place of not needing, please, it is a wonderful thing. But those processes do help you to get to that point of not needing, because it's pointing you into that identification of that self-concept of who you are. Well, who is that person? Really deep down, all of those things just give us the enjoyment of our 3D. What it is our ultimate goal is to feel good. Our ultimate goal is to have freedom and free of the chains of attachment to all of these things. When you let that go, be ready, because it's gonna come to you fast and furious. And you're indifferent, you're neutral. That's where we want to get to. So how do we do that? Well, I want to talk just a little bit more, because when you give so much power to the 3D, so let's say I'm wanting a specific person, and maybe that person came up to me and didn't say what I wanted them to, say, and I'm not hearing or seeing them, totally chasing me. And I'm like, man, it's not working. Or I could change that story. The point is that if I'm emotionally attached, I am giving that 3D event, circumstance, person all of my power, because I'm relying on them to do something, and then I'll feel better. Okay, now I'm safe. Now I'm secure. You know what? I was horrible. I was so bad. I used people all the time in the way of, hey, this is what happened. What do you think? Hey, this is what happened. What do you think? Do you think this? And we would overanalyze every piece. Let's say I wanted to manifest an SP. So I'm calling up my friend. Oh my gosh, they said this and they did that and they didn't know, but and we could create different stories. And I was in the habit of relying on my friend to help me look at that 3D circumstance. So I was doubly emotionally attached to my friend to give me advice, or to carry on that story, or maybe shift that story, or prove to me that my story is wrong, my negative story thinking was wrong. All of these things. And then that specific person that I wanted, they had all the power control, because they were doing what they were doing, right? Everybody has free will. So I was giving my power away to everybody. And when I started taking back that power and saying, because this is my turning point, I realized I didn't need to talk to anybody about any of my desires. The only person I had to talk to was me. And I just spoke to Source. I was like, you have all the answers. You have all the fulfillment. You have everything you need inside yourself. So yes, I became extremely independent, not to the point where it was toxic, where I was like, I don't want anybody around me. I just knew that even on those moments where I'm a little shaky, like, this is what happened. What do you think? No, I don't need to go to anyone. Because oftentimes, if I were to ask somebody, hey, this is what happened, what do you think? They would create a story, and then I'd create a story off of that. We'd build momentum, normally in the negative sense. Because I'd start, because my ego would start like, this is embarrassing, you can't get that SP, are you kidding me? And so you create this story that follows that storyline. Does this make sense? So what I was doing, I was relying on other people to give me validation about my desire. And it's like, stop it. I've got it all. And when I started seeking within myself, I started gaining power. Every time I wanted to pick up my cell phone or message or talk to someone about it, I just said, I got all the answers. I am all that I need right here and right now. And I am stable. I always said my feet felt grounded. Okay, so let's try this, and I'm gonna create some more videos on this, because this is really fun stuff, because I struggled with it too. And I still catch myself, but the moments of are shorter and not as often. So I'm gonna continue to teach you how to release, let go, detach from that emotion, and allow everything to come in. So let's do a quick meditation. You can close your eyes if you feel like you're in a safe space. and just, or you can focus on an object in front of you. Now, here's the thing. You just envision yourself getting a cup of coffee. You hear the coffee pot percolating. It's making your cup of coffee. You get the cup out of the cupboard. You pour yourself some coffee. You smell it. Ooh, yeah. You feel that cup is warm and hot. You go over to your chair. You sit down. Smell it again. Oh, that smells so good. You take a deep breath. You take a sip of that coffee. Ooh, it's hot. And then all of a sudden you look over, and maybe if you're manifesting an SP, the SP is over in that other chair. If you're manifesting money, you pick up your laptop, put it in your lap, and you go onto your, tap the keyboard to go onto your bank account, and you see the bank account just bulging with money. Or if you're looking for improved health, you go on your laptop and you see the email and you see it and you're like, oh, this is good news. I have a perfect bill of health. You look over that SP and the SP is over there drinking their coffee and smiling at you, and it feels safe. It feels secure. You feel relaxed. Okay? And then just create that scene and just get in the habit of saying, I'm safe. I am secure. I am all that I need. I am fulfillment. And the reason why, and then you just kind of let it go. The reason why I have you go through that visual of getting a cup of coffee, taking it, because you get in the habit of being able to visualize something simple that you do every day. And then you see your desire in that simple, normal way. It's a natural state. And that's where we need to get. There's no emotion. There's no, oh, I can't have this. It's a natural thing. It's as easy as drinking a cup of coffee. So you relate that cup of coffee to having your desires manifested. It really does work miracles. Just because you want that thought of, oh yeah, it's just right here. I can manifest this coffee and I can manifest my desires all just easily. Let me know how it works for you. I love to hear from you. I learn from you just as much as you learn from me. I would love to help you on your manifesting journey. Go ahead and contact me at shifthappenslifecoaching@gmail.com. I also have a book. Just go ahead and read that book. Get some ideas about beliefs, limiting beliefs, and all these wonderful things that you can do to manifest. And another book is coming right around the corner, so I can't wait to explore that with you as well. I so appreciate you. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. Until next time, detach and have some fun. All right, bye-bye.